Changing one way that we communicate can transform how people engage with us. It can literally be life-changing. The key to success is simple. Don't be scared of silence. In this video, we're going to look at one simple strategy that can help us communicate with a lot more confidence. So let's dive in. All right, so if we can learn to slow down and pause, embrace those moments of silence that we get so scared of, right? And we fill them with awkward words. We fill the awkward silence with awkward words, and we call them filler words, or as I like to say, killer words. These killer words, things like, so, like, you know, all these words that we add into our conversation because one, we might be uncomfortable in the group setting we're at. Two, we might just be actually speaking way too quick and not even give ourselves a chance to breathe or to think or to actually reflect on what we're saying. And thirdly, we just want to get out of there, right? You know those conversations. So let's look at it right now. There's an exercise that we can do to really help with that. I like to call it the pennies dropped exercise. What we're going to do is speak for 1 minute on a random subject. Now, for you on the camera, it can be a subject such as a hobby that you might want to do but don't know much about. A holiday you've got coming up. Again, you don't know what's going to happen. So you've got to keep the unexpected in this conversation. It can't be pre-planned and known and memorized. Otherwise, you're going to be too good, right? So something like that for 1 minute. What you're going to do is record that either on camera on your phone, or if you really don't want to, and that's fine, maybe just record the audio. If you record the audio, you'll still get a chance to listen back afterwards. So speak for a minute. Don't think about it. Just go for 1 minute, set your clock. And at the end of the minute, you're going to watch it back. When you watch it back, this is where the pennies dropped, right? You're going to have a little jar or a little tub or a little plant pot as I've got it. And for every filler word you hear, like so, like, you know, whatever, you're going to pop a penny into your jar. If you haven't got any pennies, because we are 21st century digital currency world, you can use seeds. I actually use pumpkin seeds in mine because I've got, like a month's worth of stash at a time. And then what you're going to do, you're going to count after your minute, you're going to count those pennies. See how many times you used filler words in 1 minute of conversation. Once you've done that, I think you know what's going to happen, right? We're going to practice slowing it down, embracing those pauses, rate of speech elongates almost. We take our time and we're going to go back on that conversation. Again, it's not scripted, so it's going to sound different the second time round, but the gist of the theme is pretty right, okay? Then you're going to go back, record it again, 1 minute. See at the end of that one how many pennies you get this time, and hopefully with those silences, with those pauses, with that slower speech, you're going to find those pennies are actually a little bit less than the first time. So we're going to do this practice right now. I've actually got in my trusty plant pot 4 bits of card with random topics that I got my partner to write down earlier. I said to her, please don't make sure that it's something that I'm familiar with. Please don't make sure. Please don't make it something that I'm familiar with, right? So I'm going to find out in a second what she has picked for me. I've got my stopwatch, so I'm going to do a minute. And what I would like you to do is watch this minute of video and put in the comment below, drop in the comments how many times I say a filler word. Now, I'm just going to go randomly off the top of my head and count the filler words and put that number in the comment below. Let me know how many I got. So here we go. The random topic is... Oh, geez. I don't know if you can see that. Is it focused? Hypnotherapy. Oh, jeez. Thank you, T. I don't know why I'm looking up there. She's not dead. Thanks, T. Hypnotherapy. Okay, so I'm going to set my clock. 1 minute talking about hypnotherapy. I'm not thinking about it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. So hypnotherapy is something that you kind of like do if you're trying to get over something. So like my dad, my dad, I told him to use hypnotherapy because he like is scared of flying, and he didn't want to come out to Australia to my wedding because he's like oh my god, what's the word? Petrified. He's petrified of flying. So that's what he had to do. And I said, okay, you've got to get over it. Like, just get new hypnotherapy and they'll sort it. It's like Beer Baracus with the Valium tablet. Just take the tablet from the A-Team, 40 seconds down, 20 seconds to go. And so he ended up doing a course, and the course helped him to get better at conversation, get better. That's what I'm trying to do. Get better at flying. So he actually went up to Scotland in the UK, 3 seconds, and he took this course. It was amazing. He came to Australia and he watched us get married. The end. Okay, that's a minute. I've done it. Way. Let's stop the clock. So now I want you to literally pause this video if you haven't already. Count how many filler words I use. Put them in the comment below. Let me know, and then press go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. We're back. So, how many did I get? I don't know. And because I was talking quickly, I know I put a few and likes, because like is my nemesis on this, like a real bad nemesis for me with these filler words. I don't think I say too much, but like, oh my God, it's bad. So I'm going to go a second time round now. This time, yeah, you can count if you want to, absolutely. I'm going to slow things down. I'm going to talk about hypnotherapy again, and I'm going to slow my rate of speech. I'm going to use pauses. It might be uncomfortable to watch, and that's okay. It's probably going to be uncomfortable for me to actually do, but let's do it. 1 minute on the clock, hypnotherapy, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So the word hypnotherapy always reminds me of Derren Brown. Derren Brown is a magician. I like to say he's a master of the mind, because Derren Brown uses these techniques and he incorporates hypnotherapy into those techniques in order to persuade us to do something on stage in a theater that is uncomfortable to watch. My dad does not like Derren Brown, and I'm sure my dad won't mind me saying this. I don't think my dad likes Derren Brown because I think he thinks what Derren Brown is voodoo. I mean, there are other words that you could use. 1 minute is almost there. And I think he thinks it's voodoo, basically. So he probably wouldn't appreciate what Derren Brown does with hypnotherapy. The end. Okay, how did it go? Again, did I add any filler words? I don't think I added too many, if not any, in that minute, but how did it feel to watch? It definitely felt a little bit uncomfortable at times because I was trying to find ways to move that conversation forward. Halfway through, I actually wanted to bring it back to my dad's fear of flying because I think that's what I should have done. But in this instance, hypnotherapy just went off on a whole different tangent. The key is I allowed myself to think. Yes, it can be a little bit uncomfortable to sit in those silences, right? And we talk about this, getting comfortable with the uncomfortable. It has to go through that process in order for us to get out the other side and be more confident in using less filler words by embracing the silences, the pauses, the moments of reflection in our conversation, so that what we say to somebody has a lot more meaning and the feedback we get from people has a lot more engagement. They want to listen because the filler words we're using aren't making them disengaged. So try that exercise. Try it yourself. Take your time. There's no rush. I always say the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Lao Tzu. Thank you so much, Lao Tzu. He is dead, not my partner, Lao Tzu. So now I've lost my tangent, right? Going off on one. But the key right here is that it does take time. It does take practice. It takes belief in ourselves that we can get better at something. And this is what this exercise does. It helps us to improve our communication skills with a simple strategy. It's not that difficult, but it can be really effective if we give it time and give it chance. So believe in yourself. You can do it. You can get better. And let me know in the comments how it goes for you. Do you feel really uncomfortable? Do you actually find that when you do it, you enjoy talking to the camera more? You enjoy talking to other people more because it actually makes us think about the conversations we're having more instead of trying to rush through at 1,000 miles an hour. So that's it. Hopefully it helps for you. I got another video I'm going to leave you with right up here. It's why we struggle to communicate with confidence. We talk about gestures, pitch of voice, tone, volume, all of these things that might let us down when we're trying to communicate, and then ways that we can actually get better with it. So click on that video and I'll see you there.